Imagine waking up each day not to an alarm clock, but to a life you've designed. A life where work revolves around your passions, not the other way around. That's the dream, right? But here's the catch. It's not just a dream. It's entirely possible. And it's exactly what Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek, is all about. In today's video, I'm going to share the key lessons I've learned from the 4-Hour Workweek that could completely transform the way you approach work and life. Whether you're stuck in the 9-to-5 grind, aspiring to start your own business, or simply looking for ways to reclaim your time, this video is for you. We'll be diving into how to redefine wealth beyond just money, the power of eliminating unnecessary tasks, why you should break free from the 9-to-5 mentality, and how mini retirements can help you enjoy life now rather than later. I'll break down the main concepts, give you practical examples from my own life, and share some of the most impactful quotes from the book. So, if you're ready to rethink what's possible, let's dive in. Nistam. First up, let's talk about the concept of the new rich. Who are they? The new rich aren't just wealthy in the traditional sense. They're rich in time, mobility, and freedom. They're the people who design their lives in a way that allows them to do what they love, when they want, and where they want. The new rich prioritize time over money, experiences over material possessions, and freedom over the traditional notions of success. As Tim Ferriss puts it, the new rich are those who abandon the deferred life plan and create luxury lifestyles in the present using the currency of the new rich, time and mobility. One example of this in action is a young entrepreneur I know who ditched the 9-to-5 to start an online business. He now works from anywhere in the world, spends his afternoons surfing, and takes time off whenever he feels like it. His income might not match a traditional CEO's salary, but his quality of life is off the charts. Think about it. What would you rather have? An extra zero on your paycheck, or the ability to travel, pursue hobbies, and spend time with loved ones whenever you want? The takeaway here is that being rich isn't just about money. It's about time and freedom. And it starts with designing your life around the things that truly matter to you. The new rich challenge the conventional wisdom that says you have to work hard now and relax later. Instead, they enjoy life along the way, ensuring that work serves their lifestyle, not the other way around. This concept was a game changer for me, and something I believe can resonate with anyone tired of the rat race. Now, let's move on to one of the most powerful tools from the book, the DEAL framework, which stands for definition, elimination, automation, and liberation. This framework is all about maximizing productivity while minimizing the time spent on unimportant tasks. Definition is the first step, and it's about defining what you want out of life. What are your goals? What does your ideal lifestyle look like? Ferriss urges us to get crystal clear on what we want, because without this clarity, it's easy to fall into the trap of working hard for something we don't actually want. Tashir. Next, we have elimination. Ferriss says, focus on being productive instead of busy. This hit me hard because, like many, I used to equate being busy with being productive. But that's a trap. Being busy often means you're just spinning your wheels on tasks that don't actually move the needle. Take the elimination principle, for example. I realized that a lot of my time was wasted in pointless meetings and answering emails that didn't require my immediate attention. So I started blocking out time in my calendar where I'm completely unavailable for meetings. I also implemented a system where I check my email just twice a day. This simple change freed up hours each week that I now spend on more meaningful work, or just enjoying life. Automation is the next step. This is about setting up systems that do the work for you. Ferriss emphasizes the importance of outsourcing tasks that don't require your direct involvement. Whether it's hiring a virtual assistant to handle administrative tasks or using software to automate your finances, the goal is to free up your time for higher-level thinking and activities that you enjoy. Finally, liberation is all about breaking free from the constraints of a traditional job. This doesn't necessarily mean quitting your job right away. It could mean negotiating remote work arrangements, taking extended sabbaticals, or even starting a side hustle that gives you more control over your time. The DEAL framework is all about cutting the noise and focusing on what truly moves the needle. By applying these principles, you can start living life on your own terms, rather than being a slave to your job or to societal expectations. Next, let's talk about escaping the 9-to-5 mentality. This might be the toughest part for many people, especially if you've spent years in a traditional work environment. We're conditioned to believe that work has to be done in an office, from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. But Ferriss challenges this notion by asking, what's the worst that could happen if you took a break from your 9-to-5 job? It's a question that forces us to confront our fears and realize that there's often little to lose by trying something different. A friend of mine made the leap from her corporate job to freelancing. At first, she was terrified of the instability, but soon, she found that the freedom to set her own hours and work on projects she cared about made her happier and more productive. She's now earning more than she did at her old job, but more importantly, she controls her own time. The lesson here is that the 9-to-5 grind isn't the only path. There are alternatives, and they can lead to a much more fulfilling life. For many people, the idea of quitting a secure job to pursue freelancing or entrepreneurship is daunting. The fear of uncertainty and the potential for failure can be paralyzing. But Ferriss encourages us to think about the worst-case scenario. If things don't work out, what's the worst that could happen? Often, we realize that the risks are not as severe as we imagined, and the potential rewards far outweigh them. The key is to start small. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow. Begin by taking on side projects, exploring remote work options, or even just shifting your mindset to focus on results rather than hours worked. Over time, you can build up the confidence and the financial cushion to make a more significant change. Finally, let's talk about one of the most intriguing concepts from the book, mini-retirements. Instead of waiting until you're 65 to start living, Ferriss suggests taking mini-retirements throughout your life. As he says, people don't want to be millionaires. They want to experience what they believe only millions can buy. The question is then, how can one achieve the millionaire lifestyle of complete freedom without first having $1 million? Mini-retirements are a way to break up the monotony of working life with periods of rejuvenation and exploration. Whether it's taking a few months off to travel, learn a new skill, or just recharge, the idea is to sprinkle these experiences throughout your life rather than deferring them to the end. I've started doing this myself. Last year, I took a 3-month mini-retirement to travel across Asia. It wasn't just a vacation. It was a time to reset, explore new cultures, and think about what I really wanted out of life. When I returned, I was more energized and focused than ever. The point is, you don't have to wait until retirement to enjoy life. You can start now. What would you do if you had the freedom to take 3 months off tomorrow? Where would you go? What would you learn? The beauty of mini-retirements is that they allow you to test different lifestyles without making permanent changes. And the best part? You can return to work with a fresh perspective and a renewed sense of purpose. Many people find that these breaks not only improve their quality of life, but also make them more productive and creative when they return to work. So, if you've been putting off your dreams until someday, consider taking a mini-retirement now. Life is too short to defer your happiness to the future. So, there you have it. The key lessons I've learned from the 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. We've talked about redefining wealth as time and freedom, using the DEAL framework to maximize productivity, breaking free from the 9-to-5 mentality, and embracing the idea of mini-retirements. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's that life doesn't have to be confined to a traditional job structure. With a little creativity and a willingness to challenge the status quo, you can design a life that's rich in all the ways that matter. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. And if you're ready to start designing your ideal life, I highly recommend picking up a copy of the 4-Hour Workweek and diving in. It's not just a book. It's a roadmap to reclaiming your time and living life on your own terms. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Gee.